In fact, also joining us now is Andrew KP Leung, independent China strategist. He's live with us from London. How significant, Andrew, is this visit, according to you, for India-China ties going ahead? What is the anticipation in China like for the Indian Prime Minister's visit? What are you picking up from your conversations?
Well, the question is why now? Because the bilateral relationships have seen as more downs and up in the past. And then, of course, the various the Shanghai Operation Organization have existed for quite some time. So why is this moment important? Well, it's important because the whole world has changed. The American-led world order based on commonly accepted rules has been thrown out of the window in favor of American unilateralism, coercion, and bullying, not only against its perceived existential threat like China or to a certain extent Russia, but also on Americans' allies, including India, and of course even the transatlantic relationship with the European Union. So left, right, and center, the tariffs a wrecking ball is destroying a lot of the long-term trustful relationship, as Trump is seen to be a much less reliable and largely a hugely more unpredictable partner. And hence these dynamics are pushing countries like India and China together. Not that they are drawn together, because the two still a lot of unresolved conflicts and also rivalry, both in the region and around the world and amongst the Global South. But in spite of these differences, in spite of these conflicts, I think that these differences are likely to be set aside or not to be forgotten entirely, but focusing on areas of possible cooperation, selected areas, of course, not across the board, on common challenges like climate change, terrorism, but also on concrete matters that matters importantly to the Indian economy. For example, China's investments bring jobs to the Indian economy, and also, of course, sharing some of the technologies, for example, on batteries and heavy manufacturing equipment. So all these are substantive issues which could be addressed at the bilateral level, along with coordinating responses to a much changed world. Now, secondly, the SCO why now is also important because it's gained a lot of the key new members who are key players in the Global South. For example, it includes in the middle corridor, this is a kind of corridor that links China through Central Asia to Eurasia, bypassing the troubled ports in Russia, the so-called middle corridor countries, for example, Azerbaijan and Armenia, and also includes countries like Turkey and also Egypt, which are increasingly playing an important role in that region. It also includes, crucially, very powerful and wealthy countries in the Middle East, including Saudi Arabia and Qatar and UAE, even Kuwait, Bahrain. Also in some countries in the additional countries in Asia, like Cambodia and so on. So you can see that all the key players in the Global South are brought together at a time when their interests, the sovereignty, the development interests are being threatened by a Trump 2 administration, which is trying to bend the whole world to Americans' will, to suit Americans' selfish interests. So that's what's happening. Not that they're forming a bloc together against the United States, because no country wants to make the United States an enemy, but trying to recalibrate the relationship with the world's greatest superpower, but also trying to recalibrate their relationship with each other, between India and China, between India and other countries, including Russia, European Union. That's what's happening in this very special Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit.